Fire Escape Engineers Inspector Summary Video. Here we are in Cambridge. No, Somerville actually. Russell. We have a fire escape that's been fully painted. So our really concern right now is any structural issues. We do have some original hardware. So one of our main concerns on this fire escape is if we were to sign off on this fire escape even with some minor issues changing, like some of this rust connections in here, we would have to have a disclaimer from the ownership of the building not holding us not responsible for an opinion. Otherwise, the code, Mass Building Code, says examine, test, or certify. If you want me to test this bolt, I can load test this fire escape and we can get it to pass after some minor repairs to remove some of the rust. We've got a lot of rust buildup, especially in a lot of these treads up above. A lot of these a lot of these spacers, if you put your hand underneath, you can see where the rust is built up inside some of these. But you got rust here that somebody just painted over. They didn't bother cleaning. But you got a lot of original hardware on this fire escape, original square head bolts. You flip all these bolts over, you clean all this rust out, and you change all these bolts out. Now I can certify this connection. Change those bolts out to new hardware. But otherwise, if you're going to keep original hardware, I got to load test it in order to guarantee it and take the liability. Or if you want an opinion on these, I can give you an opinion on these, but then I want you to sign a disclaimer that you can't sue me in case anything happens on this fire escape, because these are 50 to 75-year-old bolts, and the only way to truly guarantee these bolts is to load test it as the code says. It must examine, test, or certify the fire escape. So let's get back down here. So a lot of original hardware, painted. As you can see, some rust build up in the connection that nobody ever changed out. So we got to change that. As you can see, that whole thing is all busted up over there, so that needs to be examined, because somebody hid just exactly what's going on here and how it's tied. So we're going to have to do a little bit of a exploratory there. She's sitting well on this slab, but we got to make sure that these slabs are not all cracked. But see all the original hardware. See some minor buildup of rust in some of these connections. Original square head bolts, original hardware everywhere. So this fire escape is not that bad, but we do have rust that nobody ever bothered to take out. So if I have to load test this fire escape, I have to make sure that there's no rust in any of the connections. No welded connections are here without a a bolt through it. See that, all that rust build up right there? See that? All right, so even regardless of this, it's going to need spot repairs to get out some of this minor. So we can spot repair this, load test it, then you're going to get your guarantee, no disclaimer. We can also, that definitely is going to need a permit. City of Somerville, see all that rust built up right in there? See that? That's all rust built up in there. It's on both sides. City of Somerville does require that there is some engineer of oversight watching the vendor of record doing this work, and that a permit be pulled. So any repair activity now requires a permit in the City of Somerville. Some of this needs to be closed up and sealed so that this doesn't keep rotting away. That cement is all falling. But as far as paint, this firescape's in good order. But she definitely does have all original hardware. She needs spot repair. Probably 25% of this firescape is in needs some cement, some rust removed from the connection. All the treads, as you can see, have the rust build up here. Quite a bit of rust, all of them. Every single one of them is basically the top bolt holding this down is all rotted out. Okay, any questions? Firescape Engineers Inspector summary video. 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333. You can also call the main line at Firescape Services, 800-649-3333.